pronouns are also beautiful because you own your pronouns. And no matter what the rest of the world says, those are your pronouns and you own them. And like for you, you said he, Caucasian male, cisgender, he. Katie, your story, is it on pronouns, like for me, I went from he one day and I'm like, okay, I'm tired of hiding the world, I'm she. Mm-hmm. Is there a different story for you than mine on how the pronouns work?
Yeah, so I identify as non-binary. I identify as male and female, and I feel like there's a lot more in my gender even than those two things. And as far as pronouns go, I use he and she interchangeably. I like when people mix it up. It's kind of hard to get my pronouns wrong unless you refuse to engage with it at all. But you know, what I don't like is when someone sort of picks one side and sticks with it because it makes them feel comfortable. Largely, you know, my identity, I think if I had grown up, Ethan mentioned, you know, when we were little, there wasn't a word for it that most people knew. Right. You know, some people out there knew the word transgender, but my parents didn't, we didn't. It wasn't, you know, on the cover of Time magazine at that time. And had I grown up at a time when it was, I might very well just identify as male and use he, and I probably would have, you know, been on puberty blockers and all of that from the start. But I didn't. And for me, the journey that I have come through is a huge part of my identity.
Absolutely.
And like Ethan said, I wasn't a stereotypical girl. I wasn't wearing dresses. I think Dad has a good story of me throwing a hell of a tantrum when I was maybe 3. When he put a dress on me, I got halfway down the hallway before I realized it and just lost my mind. So I, you know, doctor said, this is a girl, and then I didn't want to do almost any of the things that meant. And because I had short hair and I wore the clothes that I liked, I was always read as a boy. And so it you know, I spent the first 25 years of my life just trying to be a damn girl. Like, I didn't get the rule book. I don't know how to do this right. Nobody seems to think I'm a girl.
Wait, there's a rule book?
You know.
I transitioned without the rule book? No.
It just seemed like everybody else knew how to do it, and I didn't know how to do it, you know?
Doggone it, Katie.
And
I think guys would like to get their hands on that rule book, too.
Yeah, right?
No.
Yeah, but I was always read as a boy, even when I tried really hard to fit in. I was pushed out of the girls' room in I believe, middle school by another girl. And I think that the amount of fighting I had to do just to own the identity I was assigned at birth and be allowed to exist looking the way I look as the identity I'm supposed to have, according to, you know, North Carolina and some other folks out there.
Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't want to let go of that completely.
Okay.
And I also, you know, I still go by Katie, which been my name the whole time. I could pick a male name. Most people read me as male. But as far as I'm concerned, this society wasn't built for me to be comfortable, and it's not my job to make other people comfortable. So
thank you. Why should we be the only ones that are uncomfortable?
Right?
That's how I agree.
My parents named me Katie. It's always been my name. I don't see a need to change it. I don't believe that he or she fully captures my story and my journey and my identity. And I know it's harder, and I have gotten a lot of people tell me how hard it is to switch up pronouns, and I say, yep, but it's not as hard as being me. So keep going.
That's it.
You're doing a great job.
That's it. Keep trying.
You know?
Keep trying. Don't say it's hard, I'm giving up.
Yeah.
It's hard, I'm going to keep trying.
And it is. You know, I recognize that. Pronouns are so incredibly deeply ingrained in our minds, and especially the older a person is, the less sort of neural plasticity. You know, you're set in your language.
Yep.
You're set in the ways that you speak. And the longer you've known someone, it's harder again to get used to new words.